Okay, we are live. Guys, what's up? Marlon Johnson here, aka Mindset Marlon. We're going live tonight. I'm excited to explain what this is all about. I'm just getting set up on the Instagram live stream at the same time. And it looks like we should be broadcasting live to Instagram as well. And I'm going to leave a comment on Instagram as well to let people know to come over to the YouTube channel because I'm going to explain what we're going to be doing with this Instagram live with these daily vlogs. So this is going to be a very, very interesting experiment. What's up, David? What's up, Tyler? I see a couple people already popping onto the IG live. And let me jump into this because I'm streaming, just so y'all know, I'm streaming both on Instagram and on YouTube right now. Now, the interesting thing is these videos will not get saved to Instagram. The reason being is I'm streaming it through StreamYard. Yes, you can do that now. And I want to let you know what this is all about. I'm crazy excited about this. In fact, I realize I'm actually probably speaking through my microphone. So let me bring the microphone closer. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. What's up, Linda? Guys, give me a thumbs up in the Instagram chat if you can hear me. I just want to make sure that Randy's able to hear me. He's giving me the wave. He's giving me the thumbs up. Perfect. Volume's coming through. All right, let me explain. Excited about this. Last night, Sunday, I'm planning out the week. I'm getting all hyped up. I'm getting excited because I pulled the whiteboard over. Before I get into this, guys, do me a favor. Go to the YouTube channel. Like that's where you're gonna really, if you are following me on YouTube, go and watch this on YouTube because again, that's where I really want to drive you guys. But I'm gonna be using my Instagram for at least the first 7 to 14 days. We're gonna get consistent with doing this. So last night, I'm in the room. I'm planning the week. Every Sunday, I plan my week and I get ready for the things to come. So I had the whiteboard. I'm going through a whiteboard session. I'm getting crazy inspired. I'm getting clarity. And I'm like, all right, this is dope. Daryl, I called Daryl. I'm like, yo, Daryl, come down. And he comes into the room and he and I are now just going back and forth with bouncing ideas. And Daryl, shout out to Daryl Ellison. He's the one that gave me this idea. He said, bro, you know what I really want to do? I want to create at the end of every day, sit down and do like a video and record myself recapping the day, the good, the bad, the ugly, transparent, just truly document the entire process. Who's ever watched the show like with Run DMC, where at the end of every episode, Rev Run's like sitting in his bathtub with his BlackBerry and he's just journaling. He's like, I want to do something like that where I can just be transparent about what's going on in my business because some days are great. Yeah, we're closing 3, 4, 5 deals. And other days, he's like, I'm in the gutter. He's like, I feel terrible. I feel awful. And I want to record the whole process. So I was like, bro, I love that idea. And I want to do that. I asked him, I was like, bro, would you be upset if I copied that? Because that is such a sick idea. So the premise of this vlog, right? It's going to be called, in fact, I have a name for it. I named it on the YouTube channel. The name on the YouTube channel is called In Progress While the Process. All right, I definitely messed up the title. But the idea is like I'm going to be documenting the process while in progress. So in progress while working the process. That's the name of the show. In progress while working the process. And at the end of each day, I'm going to come on for about 5, 10, 15 minutes and recap the whole day. So let me give you guys that recap right now of what it looks like so I can document the entire journey. Like picture this in 10 years from now, 15 years from now, I want my kids to be able to go and watch a YouTube playlist where it's like little 10-minute, 15-minute intervals of me just each day. Like it's my actual journal. So this more so is for them, for my future kids, for my future family than anybody else. So this is so that someone could go and see the process on the good days, the bad days, every day. What's up, Yui? With that being the case, today, interesting day because on Mondays, I typically like them. I get crystal clear. Last night before I went to sleep, I asked Daryl, I was like, yo, you want to go for a run in the morning? So he and I were up by 5 o'clock, out the door by 5:15. And the two of us went for a 40-minute run. So we ended up knocking in about 5 miles. And what was cool is even while we was running, this is a good reminder for everybody, go get yourself like a running partner or like a peak performance partner. Because as Daryl and I ran together, both of us were running at a faster pace that we were able to maintain over the length of the entire run because we were feeding off each other's energy. From there, I got back into the house and, went out to the backyard, stretched, hung out in the pool, meditated for a couple of minutes. And from that standpoint, I went and I sat down, had breakfast, and I opened up my Bible. So a big thing for me right now is getting back to scripture, getting back to God, and making sure that everything I do is pointing back to Him. That was something that motivated me in the very beginning. It started to cause a lot of early success, and it was a practice I moved away from that I'm moving back towards. So I just want to let it be known, like everything I do, my goal, my ultimate goal is that I be a pointer back to God. I'd be like a vessel back to God. So I sat down and I was studying scripture for about an hour. Jesus is a badass dude, just so you guys know. And afterwards, I sat down with another book. I opened up the Compound Effect. If you guys don't know the Compound Effect, phenomenal book as well. And I'm reading through and I'm studying this book. And I'm practicing what I've learned from Jim Rohn and guys like Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi, which is miss a meal, but never miss feeding your mind. Never miss giving the 30 minutes a day towards bettering your mind. In fact, put a 1 in the chat right now if you're actively each day, purposefully making time to study something that's going to better you, whether it's a sales book, whether it's a business book, whether it's a personal development book. Put a 1 in the chat if you're currently doing that, because if you're not, you need to be. And if you need a book list, I have a list of 25 books that have absolutely changed my life that I think everybody should read. So if you need that list, just send me a DM. Just DM me the word book, and I will respond to that in the next 24 hours, and I will get you that book list because it's something that you need to do. So I'm going through the study this morning, and what's up, Laura? As I'm studying it, I'm figuring out, great, this is what I need to be doing. And it's reminding me, you've got to work consistently. Just put in the day by day steps, put in that little incremental steps. So what I'm doing right now in my business is I'm planning out for future webinars. I'm creating a webinar, which has been crazy fun because I've been learning sales psychology from Russell Brunson and understanding the psychology of my clients, understanding the psychology of people, structuring presentations. So this morning I cleared out about 4 hours of uninterrupted, no cell phone, no Instagram, no Facebook, no social media. Phone went into airplane mode. I responded to my assistant. I took care of everything I needed to before 8:30. So between 8 and 8:30, I sent out all the messages I needed to send. I paid for all the invoices I needed to pay for my real estate business. I answered all the emails, and I shut down my real estate mind at 8:30 so I can go into building out this webinar from 8:30 till about noon, till almost really around like 11:30 is when I stopped. Like, so from about 8:30 to 11:30, I just sat at my computer and started to really put together a presentation that ultimately my end goal is that this webinar is going to become like a staple webinar that I'll be able to use over the next 6 months to generate new clients for my coaching business, to generate new clients for my mindset community, to really work on that. And again, I'm sharing this with you guys because this is more of a vlog. This is a future vlog for my future kids. Like, I want them to be able to come back and see, oh, that's what dad was thinking about in the beginning when he was getting started on day one. So worked on that, and around 12 o'clock, I had a meeting with a good buddy of mine, Creighton. Creighton and I sat down, and we were just comparing notes because he's also a coach and he works with high-performing entrepreneurs, and we were just comparing notes to see where each of us were at, what we're learning. Really cool taking notes from him. Interestingly enough, right after that, I learned something I learned in that meeting. Be intentional about your meetings. So if you're listening to me now, whenever you set up a meeting with somebody, that meeting Creighton and I had today was for about 90 minutes, which was great. However, it wasn't a structured meeting. It was a good meeting, not a structured meeting. So in order to make the meeting better, what I'm going to do in the future, I'm going to set the intention of the meeting before we start. And we'll have to, as soon as we get into it, within the first 2 minutes, to say, hey, what is it that you want to get out of this meeting? I've got to say what I want to get out of that meeting. That way we can both make sure we're staying on track and we are aware of the time limit, because that meeting went 30 minutes longer than it should have. After I wrapped up the meeting, was able to go hit the gym. I've been doing midday workouts. I've been liking putting a workout in the middle of the day. It breaks up the monotony of sitting at the desk, sitting behind the screen, being on the phone. It gets me pushing, gets me moving. So I went out, got to the gym, absolutely crushed that second workout, and it was phenomenal. And when I came back home, ate some lunch. I'll be honest, like, after I ate lunch, I had a call for 5 o'clock, and I got home around 3, ate for about 15, 20 minutes or so. And I kind of like zoned out. I lost that momentum that I had from the early morning. And, afterwards I met up with the mindset community. We're working on doing some communication. So I was doing communication skills with them, breaking down communication practices from the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. And it's a good reminder. If any of you haven't read that book, by the way, that's one of the books on my list of 25. Go and read that book. We broke that down. And here's where it gets really cool. After our call to MMC, I jumped into a Zoom call with my very first mentor, Pip. And today was the 2-year anniversary for when he started his new business endeavor. And the community inside that group found out it was the 2-year anniversary. So they surprised him along with some of the other owners on doing a Zoom where they were celebrating the birthday, and everyone was coming and just speaking words of affirmation as far as what this organization has done for them. And I got to see, just like inside my other community that I'm a part of, Sub 2, I got to see the community inside of Pip's Path. It was the same level of love and respect that they had for the owners, for the community, for the organization, for the product, that they were raving fans. And that's ultimately my goal. And the reason they were raving fans wasn't because they were tricked into being raving fans. It was because so much value and integrity was constantly being delivered from the company. And this is something that I want you, right? Like if you're my kids and you're thinking about this and you're building your business and you're working on whatever you're working on in life, I want you to think about this. Be more concerned about caring for the other person. Care about other people. Care about people more than they might even care about themselves. If you do that, I can promise you, you will be absolutely okay in this world. I got to see tonight how people's lives were absolutely affected, and it had nothing to do with their ability to earn more money. It wasn't about the finances. It was the fact that they finally met men and women who lived with integrity, who lived the words that they preached, who actually gave a damn about them in this crazy world. Focus on that. So right now, one of my biggest goals for my community and for my products and anything that I do in the marketplace is to create that culture that we care, that anyone that comes on my team, and that's a big thing I'm thinking about because I'm at that place where I'm recognizing for my business, I do these audits. I audit myself at the end of every day, and I ask myself, what do I need to do better? And something I'm realizing is I need to build a team around this business. I need to build a team around me. I had built a team around real estate. Now I'm seeing I need to build a team around my coaching business, around my high performance, around my mindset community. And it's important that that team that I build, I absolutely drive into people the fact that we care more than anybody else. And if you take care of that, doing that for your business, you're going to be absolutely okay. So again, tonight's day one. I'm going to jump on. I'm going to be making these videos regularly each day. Again, if you're brand new and you're watching this, this is basically like a vlog, like a video journal that one day I'm hoping my children will watch. And, guys, in the future, I love you. I absolutely do. Thank you so much for being in my life. Thank you for making my life amazing. And I'm going to see you in the next video.